Hello, good evening. Welcome in all NFL fans, Falcons fans, and all of the Star Wars fans that realize they have made a grave mistake. This is the New Millennium Falcons podcast. I am one of your bevy of hosts. Today, we got a full house, man. My name is Saivion Mixson. To my right, one of these things, I don't know, is Hunter Thompson. Hunter, how you feeling, my boy?
How are y'all?
All right.
I'm
Wasn't
good.
expecting that today. Right below me is my guy, Kenny Gritz. How you feeling, my boy?
Feeling great, brother. Feeling great. Happy to be here.
Fantastic. And is it like diagonal? I don't know. It's like to the corner. Anyway, that's my guy, Fleek.
Yes,
Ron
sir.
Rico. How you feeling, man?
What's going on? No face, no case today, but I'm here for the Falcons vibes. No cap.
Absolutely love it, man. Absolutely love it. Listen, man, we have one more sleep, guys. One more sleep. And the dead period is officially over for Atlanta Falcons fans.
Bro, it's surreal.
Cannot believe we made it, guys. We made it through all of the allegations, all of the Michael Penix allegations, all of the did we overpay Kirk Cousins banter.
Brother, we're never beating those allegations.
Listen, brother, we are here, okay? We have made it to where football is finally being played. And I just want to say, happy to be here, man. How are you guys feeling?
I am so ready to overreact to every little bit of camp news that comes out over the next week. I can't wait. Let's get it going. Let's push agendas. Let's see the chaos.
I'm ready for the QB2 battle that's going to start between Taylor Heineke and Michael Penix.
It's already started to where they're thinking that Michael Penix is a shoo-in for the job to the point to where we need to trade Taylor Heineke. I don't know.
Oh man,
Fleek, how you feeling?
I'm excited, bro. Like it has been a hell of an offseason to be a Falcons fan. Good and bad ways. There's been excitement. You know, we brought in a top 10, top 15 QB. We haven't had good QB play in a couple seasons now. I'm really excited to see what training camp even looks like with Kirk Cousins. And under Raheem Morris, I mean, the new coaching staff, the new scheme, it's so much to look forward to, especially when you go through a regime change. So I'm just excited to see how everything falls into place, bro.
No doubt, man. I really can't believe we're here, man. Players report tomorrow. We get to get a few sound bites from coaches and players. I mean, is there anything that you guys are looking forward to specifically when it comes to just tomorrow? I'll start with you, Hunter.
I'm curious if anyone's gonna not show up and maybe hold out a little bit, especially a certain quarterback that may or may not be waiting for a paycheck, watching some of his peers getting paid.
Right.
So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to seeing.
Yeah. No doubt. Kenny G, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. And, we all know tomorrow there's not a whole lot, but there's one person I'm looking to see. Is Eddie Goldman walking through them doors?
Yes. Yes.
I'll believe it when I see it. I need a picture of him being there tomorrow.
Yeah, yes. Bro. I don't know. It's tough.
You know what? I'm going to be optimistic, man. I'm saying Eddie Goldman not only walks through those doors, man. He is ready. He's in the best shape of his life.
That's what I like.
That's what this is for, right? In the best shape of his life.
Yeah.
For our guy Jack, he's ready for Kevin King to come out and steal the CB2 job. Love it.
Nice.
Oh man.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it. I was a big fan of his, and you know what they say. Never wrong, just early. Come on, Kevin.
Just early.
Just early.
Absolutely love it,
makes
man.
Too much sense.
It does. His familiarity with Jimmy Lake and everything. It really does make too much sense. So Hender kind of hinted at it. We do have to talk about it. Tyson Campbell gets paid $19 million AAV or APY, for the next 4 years. So that leaves me to wonder, does the number start at 19 for AJ, or has the cornerback contract, negotiations started kind of stagnated, and he's not even going to reach that? Kenny G, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I absolutely think that David Mulgeta is going to sit down with Terry Fontenot and say, this is where our talks begin, right here.
Yep.
I forget what the guaranteed is off the top of my head that he got, but yeah, I think
53.
that's okay. I think it's a little over is it 19.25, something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, with 53 guaranteed. Yeah, I think that's the launch point for contract negotiations now. I don't know if they've been actively working on them or not, but I think Tyson Campbell's a bit underrated by your more casual fan, who doesn't watch the Jags often. And I think him and Terrell are in a similar tier. And I mean, AJ Terrell, for as up and down as he's been, I still think is a good player personally. But he does have a second-team All-Pro to his name, and David can just point to that on the paper right there and be like, hey, my guy's more qualified, so we're going to want more than what Tyson Campbell got. I know some people might disagree with that, but I truly feel that, yes, this is the AJ Terrell deal that you got to start negotiations with.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fleek, what you think?
I pretty much agree with what Kenny is saying, but I think the number will be close to the same. They're similar tier players, but like Kenny said, AJ had that amazing, I think 2021 season where he was second team All-Pro. And even though that was 3 seasons ago, that is on paper. And we know David, we know what type of guys he has behind him. They're not taking, anything. They're going to get what they feel like AJ is worth. And I agree with you, Kenny. Again, I think AJ is still a good player. He's had ups and downs, yes, over the past few seasons, but I think he's still a solid CB1. And I think that's something that you have to get done soon, because I don't want this to spill over into the regular season if he does end up having to hold out for himself, because it's imperative that we get off on the right foot under the new regime, new defensive staff. We need everybody. We need our number one guy. So I'm hoping they get this deal done sooner than later.
Yeah, and Coach Morris AJ was a rookie when Coach Morris was the interim, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so there is a level of familiarity there.
Yep, correct.
And to sort of piggyback off of that, Fleek, what are your other options if you're the Falcons? Like, you've kind of foregone the cornerback position, and you made it to where, I mean, don't get me wrong, you have your faith in Clark Phillips, and you have your faith in the guys that you brought in for cornerback too, but
yeah, but no, you're exactly right. You know
what I mean?
There were opportunities in this draft where you could have gotten a guy who could step in immediately at CB2, and if there were a holdout, could step up into that role. And though he would be a rookie, a la Quinyon Mitchell, someone of that sort, you'd have confidence in someone with that high of a ceiling. And we don't have that right now, outside of AJ, because we didn't address corner in a major way this offseason. We added some names like Kevin King, like Kenny brought up, and
Antonio Hamilton,
yeah, and Hamilton. We have faith in Clark Phillips, like you said, Saivion, and I believe in all of those guys. But truthfully speaking, I don't see any of those guys being able to step up and lock down their side of the field at CB1 week 1 or week 7. I just don't see anyone else on the roster that I'm comfortable with at CB1 truly right now. And that now, obviously, someone could come out and be amazing. Clark could take a step in year 2 and show that size doesn't matter, and then be the best boundary corner in the NFC South. I don't know. Anything could happen, but I don't see it. I don't think it's in the cards right now.
Right. Hunter, you've been quiet. What you got going on, man?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of felt like what Kenny said, I guess, with Terrell, where it's like we've kind of backed ourselves into a corner of sorts with it. And because we never really addressed it in the past couple of years, it's like, what can we do? Are we just going to let Terrell hold out or even walk at the end of the year? And have a giant hole at CB1. I feel like we're kind of forced to do that. I feel like Terrell's agent is going to know that too. And I think we're going to have to pay minimum Tyson Campbell money for AJ. Maybe not like drastically more, but I think that's going to be like the starting point is Tyson Campbell. And then I wouldn't be shocked if we hit over 20 pretty easily.
Got a guy in the chat that we all know very well. And how you feeling, Damski? Appreciate you coming in with us, man. Yeah, nah, man. I don't see how you don't how the number doesn't start with a 2 now. How it doesn't start with 20 million at this point. Because you had opportunities to extend him. You had opportunities to do that, and that would have given you more quote unquote cap flexibility for this year. That would have helped you bring in more competition, whether that was on the offensive line, even though we did that anyway today, or at the edge rushing position. There were ways that you could have gone about this, and before Tyson Campbell got paid, and maybe gotten a slight discount. Maybe you're paying 18 instead of 19. Maybe you're paying 18.5 or whatever. But that would feel a lot better than paying a cornerback that you don't really know about because he hasn't looked the same as 21, potentially $20 million. And so I feel like this is a missed opportunity in ways, but we'll see. Usually Terry's done pretty well about, how he's handled the pro athletes, so we'll see. Maybe he's got something up his sleeve that we don't know about. I don't know. Outside of AJ Terrell, outside of all of that, are there any specific players that you are interested in looking at in the early stages of training camp? Let's say before the first preseason game.
I'll go first. I am very interested to see how these new additions at wide receiver look out there. It's going to be fun, especially the early days where they're just out there running against air, showing off their speed. Mooney, Rondale Moore, Rodney McLeod. It's going to be fun to have speed on offense again. And, training camp is kind of the time where you could really get to show some of that off.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, true. Me personally, I'm staring at Michael Penix Jr. I don't care. That's the decision we made as a franchise. That's our future. Not the now, but it is the future. And I want to see how it's looking early. You know what I mean? I'm locked in on him.
I'm personally watching the D-line and outside backers. I think there's so many questions in that group and a lot of just no real standout players. And I think it's going to be a fun competition to see guys like Taquan Graham battle out with Brandon Dorless, Rook, Zach Harrison for playing time. And it's going to be really interesting to see the linebacker room with Braylon Trice, Arnold Cabetti, D'Angelo Malone, hypothetically, Lorenzo Carter, maybe Caden Ellis to an extent. There's a lot of fun things and a lot of questions that will be answered in those two rooms based on how training camp kind of comes out and looks.
I'm going to get you a what's it called? Pronunciation sheet for Ebike's name. I promise you I am.
I didn't realize that.
It's okay. Honestly, for me, linebacking, the interior linebackers or the inside linebackers, excuse me.
Got you.
I just don't. I feel like this group has gotten underrated. I mean, I feel like this is first of all, it's one of the most important parts of the defense this year, but I feel like they've been getting of hate, and it's not hate. It's just like nobody knows who they are. Like, I feel like overall as a roster, the Falcons are betting on a ton of unknowns, but I feel like this is a ton of them. But I feel like this is one of them that I think actually could pan out, like the Troy Anderson of it all. You saw what Caden Ellis is. Hell, Nate Landman looked like looked absolutely fantastic in run fits last year. So it's like I think there's a there's a way that this linebacking core looks better than a lot of people think that they are, but outside of that, I mean, it's kind of funny. This kind of went exactly how I thought it would. Kenny is looking for the speed. My boy Fleek is looking looking to see what the future of the Falcons looks like. And Hunter, you couldn't get away from the defensive line if you tried.
Nah,
I
want to, but I can't.
You're right though about the linebacker thing, because last year was the year I was waiting to see what Troy Anderson would look like. I thought he would take a step, and obviously he wasn't able to because of injury. Show what he had been working on. So I'm watching him too. I don't think anybody mentioned him earlier about the training camp players to watch, but that's somebody I'm really interested in because I think he has high potential, like you do.
Yeah, he does. He does, and that is both Anderson and Epiketti are like huge. Like those are huge. Like those could either be huge indictments or huge. Wins for Terry Fontenot, because we have no idea what his second round of drafting looks like because of both of those guys.
Yeah. Hey, Jack, no cap, roll tide.
Anyway. Anyway, speaking of that, man, like we're starting to get towards freaking what's it called? College football season 2. I wanted to know, are there any prospects that you guys are like really looking for when it comes to the Falcons? Not overall, just the Falcons for next season.
Will Johnson, Michigan.
If we get Will Johnson, I feel like that's a bad thing.
Yeah,
I'm really good.
So used to picking in the top 10, bro. I'm so used to it now. Like my brain automatically goes to like some of the best prospects. Like I have to think about the fact that we may be a playoff team and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. You haven't had to think about that for what?
Quite some time, like 7 years.
6 years now.
Six years at least.
This has been 6 years of just bringing in premium guys. So.
That's almost my entire adult lifetime.
It's not good. It's not good.
No, bro. Last time we had true success, I was in high school, dog. I remember that.
Oh, my heart. Kenny, what you got?
That's tough. I'm just so upset that this edge class looks pretty good up top, and we're probably not going to be there to get one.
Not one of them.
Michael Williams, James Pierce Jr. Yeah, man. I'm salivating watching those guys, watching the tape on them. They're such physical specimen, bro, and I don't think we're going to be there to have a shot.
We're not going to be there. Hunter, what you got, man?
My dream scenario is getting Harold Perkins from LSU, but I also don't know how likely that's going to be because I don't know what he's going to do this year, because his freshman year was phenomenal. Last year was all right, so there's no telling what he's going to do this year.
Yeah. I mean, if it's okay, I mean, we might have a shot. I mean, that would be that he's a offensive tackle. I think he's pretty much cemented in the top 10 right now. If he falls,
Perkins the linebacker.
Yeah, he's more of a Sam.
But no, I mean, he's a solid piece. He's a chess piece that pretty much anybody could use. So I don't see him.
A little small, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with him.
I'm a big fan, and have been a big fan. I've wanted him in Atlanta.
I will say, I am not advocating for another first-round pick used on offense right now, right?
I think you might say.
But Luther Burden Jr. is probably my favorite player.
Listen,
I mean, I'm just saying.
After I watched Luther Burden tear up SC this year, I was like, "Yep, this guy's good."
Yeah, Luther Burden is him.
What was it? I think while the Chiefs were struggling, they were saying Luther Burden was the best receiver in Missouri at that
time. But hey, there were people, including myself, like I was banging the table for like Malik Neighbors early this year, so I don't see why I wouldn't
absolutely
do the same thing next year.
Absolutely. I mean, just seeing guys, this wide receiver class is insane. I mean, seeing guys like McMillan and freaking, seeing guys like that.
Luka's nice.
Yeah.
Trey Harris from Ole Miss is good. there's a lot of pass catchers out there.
Yep. Raiders placed former Cowboys wide receiver Michael Gallup on the reserve/retired list.
Yep, 28 years old.
Damn.
Crazy.
He just wasn't the same after that knee injury, man. I really wanted the Falcons to sign him before Dallas re-upped him.
Yeah.
But it's a shame, man. It sucks. Not everyone recovers the same, you know. I mean, I think we're pretty confident in players and their recovery timelines these days, but it doesn't work out for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of sucks. Yeah, we're actually banking on that as Falcons fans that, you know, freaking Kirk Cousins comes back.
Yeah, and Pitts too, man.
And Pitts.
I mean, I'm confident he'll be back, but there is that small chance that he's never the same guy. Yeah. I think he'll be all right, but
yeah, he's looked quick in his training videos on Instagram.
Good.
He has looked good, but I refuse to put my thoughts and prayers into that, like, or you know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was kind of being that guy.
But you kind of have to be right now because there's nothing else. Like we ain't got nothing else. But
till next week, brother. Till next show.
Till next show. Speaking of that, don't forget, guys, that there's the training camp. Actually, they have the training camp that's open to the public on Saturday, from 6 to 8 p.m. at what is this? Second Year High School in Beaufort. So yeah, there's that.
Yep.
That is on Saturday, July 27th.
Yeah, get that while y'all can, because I'm sure all of you already know, but you can't go to Flowery Branch this off season like usually because of the construction, I believe, going down. So I think you have 2 chances at an open practice this off season, and that's one of them. So if you have the time, make sure y'all go ahead and do that.
It's gonna be this Saturday and next Friday. That is it.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's free. It's just, you know, it's gonna be first come, first served. So, you know, everybody gonna be there.
Are you
tailgate?
No, I'm not gonna be able to make it. I have to work. But it was funny. We actually had like a raffle for like parking there because it's fun. Parking passes cost a lot. Okay, winning a raffle for a parking pass is golden these days.
Huge.
You know what I mean?
Huge. That's $40 back in your pocket. 20 to $40.
I'm telling you.
But yeah, man. Yeah. All right. It's gonna be a short show today, man. I don't know. I think we were just happy to be back, happy that we are able to look at Falcons football again, man. One more sleep, guys. One more sleep. Fleek, you got anything for us?
Yeah, one question I do want to ask, because before we go, I know that Arnold Ebiketie was brought up going into his 3rd season.
Ebiketie, yes.
Ebiketie. And we obviously didn't do too much else on the edge, but we did address the front 7 in the draft with Dorless as well as Rook Orororo, one of my favorite names in the NFL.
Nice job.
So what do you guys think this pass rush looks like? Do you think we take a step forward? I won't ask for any like predictions or anything before camp, but like, do you think it got better or do you think we stay neutral?
It's hard to have gotten worse. Like it's hard to have gotten worse than what we had.
Right.
But I don't think we got better.
Yeah. See, and that's the purgatory right there.
I don't see how we got better. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we lost our 2 top guys when it comes to getting after the quarterback, and I guess we're banking on AK with more snaps being a more prolific guy.
Yeah,
but a lot of his sacks last season were cleanup sacks. You know,
yeah,
like they were. So, I mean, if you want to go that route and you want to go hey, we're going to force quarterbacks outside to you, we just need you to clean it up afterwards. Yeah. Sure, but is that where you want to live for most of like your 3rd downs and stuff? You know, I don't know if that's a recipe for success.
Yeah,
it's going to be tough, you know. I think they internally believe that Arnold Ebiketie can replace some of the production that Bud Dupree had for us last year. At a minimum, I believe that's their hope in him. and that they can replace the production we lost from Calais Campbell with the rotation on the defensive line up front with some of the rookies and everything. Whether that's a recipe for success remains to be seen, but I do think that's their internal belief. I think we're going to see, not to go off on a tangent here, but I think the vision for the defense overall, because they have to be somewhat aware of like I don't want to call it a talent efficiency because there are talented players on our roster, but I mean, these guys haven't done much yet. There's a lot of question marks, as we said. So I think some of the philosophy will be to just stop the run as effectively as we can and play that these coverage shells are going to be so important. Just stop the run, keep everything in front of us. Don't let up the big play. I really think that's going to be the best recipe for success for this defense this year.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. I saw an idea on Twitter. Someone tweeted that maybe Troy Anderson could play edge.
Stop it.
Okay,
nope,
all right.
We're not doing that. Right. We're not doing that.
I don't know.
Let's see if he's a good linebacker first. One position at a time. Quarterback to running back to linebacker. Let's keep the gentleman in one spot for a little while.
For once, right?
Brother's head is spinning with concepts. Nah, but I do think that one person to look out for, because there's one thing that I heard from when Robert Mays was talking to Aaron Schatz about the Falcons. Are we going to have to be doing we're going to have to generate a pass rush somehow? Does that mean that we're going to be, with deploying a lot more blitzes and a lot more like fire zones and stuff like that? So that brings in the Caden Ellis of everything. How is he going to be deployed? How is he going to be utilized in this defense? And I think that because we didn't get a pass rusher, I think his role becomes that much more important. So just how is this going to look? What are we doing? Who knows at this point? But thank God we're back, man. Thank God we're back.
All our questions, we'll get some partial answers.
Oh my gosh. But Hunter, what are you thinking, man? Do you see anything when it comes to how we're going to be deploying this defense, man?
I'm scared of how we're going to be deploying this defense, truthfully. I think we're lacking in talent pretty heavily in a lot of areas. I don't know. I'm scared. I think we're going to kind of go the route what Kenny said with just trying to play fundamental, basic football concepts and hope that we can slow them down enough for our offense to hang 30 plus on them. I think we're going to try to go that route.
Yeah. And
that
as you alluded to, Saivion, there's going to be, to generate this pressure, we can't rely on our front four. We're going to have to do a lot of fire zone blitzes. And I think we're going to do a whole lot of stunts up front as well, man. Just try and get these guys moving, try and create mismatches as best we can.
It's going to get weird up front.
Yeah, I'm here for it though. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Don't just line up and
When I see Richie Grant come flying down on 3rd and long, I just know that that's our only hope.
Exactly. Exactly. But all right, man. Hunter T, man. Where can they find you, man? Where can they find you on X's and all of the things?
You guys can follow me on Twitter, X, whatever we want to call it, at H Thompson FB.
Nice.
Kenny G.
Twitter at Gritzblitz. That's Gritz with a Z. And anything we do, man. Sporting news. Savion's the plug. You'll get all our news through him.
Yes, follow him first.
Correct.
Please don't. Fleek, where can they find you, boss?
You can find me on Twitter at Ronrico Season, RONRIKOSZN. I tweet things from time to time. I'll be a lot more active. I haven't been on there for a while now, but training camp is here, so I'm about to be active again. Follow me, just to hear me complain and cheer about the Falcons. If Kirk Cousins hits a 10-yard post or a 10-yard dig next week, I will tweet about it. You'll want to see it.
Yes, sir. Fleek, man, you're the optimist guy. You're the optimist here, man.
He is the optimist.
If you turn heel, it's dark days for all of us.
Oh, trust me. I've had my weeks, Kenny.
Yeah.
And those were dark episodes, man.
But that's the thing, though. This is kind of where we're at, and that's why we need this hope. Because if we lose Fleek, we lose it all, boss.
Listen. Well, if you lose me, you still got Mike Cottrell. That's good from out of your Falcon mind.
100%. You'll always have Mike.
We love the boy. Mm-hmm.
You will always have Mike, man. Shout out to those dudes too, man. That's another thing that I love about the freaking season coming back is that you're going to be hearing a lot more from out of your Falcon mind and all of these guys.
Yeah.
A lot more content is about to come out, guys. Yes. But make sure that from 8 to 9 o'clock you come here as well.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I think that is going to be it. You guys have a great one.
Peace.